What is going on, guys? Carter here. Got another video for you. That's right, I'm back at the videos, at least for the time being. So, point of this video is a two-parter. You can see my tripod leg right there. That is terrible framing. Anyways, two parts. So I wanted to show off this Cold Steel axe that I worked on. I'm kind of proud of it. I think it turned out. I'll talk about what I did, why I did it, blah, blah, blah. But then I also wanted to give you a little advice if you're wanting to refinish some of these Cold Steel axes, or at least this one, and then the Dane Axe. I'll save that at the end, so please hold on. If you're planning on refinishing the Dane Axe, in particular, this isn't the Dane Axe. The Dane Axe is the big one. If you're planning on refinishing that, hold on to the end of the video because hopefully I can help you circumvent some major headache. But anyways, on to this one. So I got this in the other day. I know it looks like it's been used and abused. It actually hasn't. Well, kind of has. Got this the other day. This is the Cold Steel Bearded Hand Axe, I believe is what it's called. As you can see right here. So I got this the other day. I wanted to customize it. You can see what I have for the handle here. I'll go through everything I did on it. But I wanted to customize it. First I was thinking I would kind of blue the head of the axe like I did. I thought maybe I'd carve some runes in it, maybe wrap it in leather around the head, wrap it in the handle, kind of make it more of a presentation Ragnar Lothbrok style axe. But then, before I got this, I went ahead and ordered the Condor Valhalla axe, which actually has some of that stuff already done to it. So then when I got this in, I was like, well, I don't want to just turn this into a version of what I already ordered. So then I got the idea of it'd be kind of cool to do a battlefield pickup style axe, right? In the firearms world, that's a pretty popular thing, or at least it kind of was, especially with like AKs. It was kind of popular to say, hey, let's dress this AK up so it looks like it was picked up off the battlefield and has wear on it and scratches and things like that. The function of it is pristine, right? The internals are still brand new, still functions perfectly, but from the outside, it artificially looks like it was found and picked up. And so that's what I did here. The idea is that this is something you would find on the battlefield after all was said and done, bunch of dead bodies. You're going around, you're picking up weapons, you come across this guy right here. The edge is out the box pristine. It functions as good as a brand new one does, but it has the appearance that it's been through hell and it's seen battles. So I'm going to go through what I did to it here. First off, with the head of the axe, I beat the shit out of it. You can see the dings, the nicks. I hit it with some steel, actually the head of my Dane axe, and I'll get to that in a minute. You can see all of the pits that are in there. I kind of just beat it up, hit it, but keep in mind, I didn't hit it with huge amounts of force, right? This is all just surface level dings. There's nothing major here. There's no major gouges or dings. I didn't smack it with all my might against something like concrete or anything like that. This is all just surface level stuff. I then soaked the axe in vinegar to give it a real patina. And there's a lot of these kind of axes you can buy pre-made that have a fake patina, and usually it's just paint that they put on there. Doesn't look the same. So I patinaed it, and then I went over it with some sandpaper to kind of give it a little bit of a worn type look to it. Semi-refinished the edge, just meaning I shined it up a little bit because it was blue too. And then on the handle, similar thing. I just went at it with the Dane Axe head, put a bunch of nicks, gouges in it. Once again, this is all surface level stuff, so I'm confident that there's no like cracks or anything running through this head. It should hold up just like an untouched version. You could argue that maybe there's a little bit of compromising, nothing major, but I'm not going to use this to chop down wood or anything, so it is what it is. So I did all that, and then I stained the wood, making sure to get the stain inside the nicks to give it that nice dark color right there. kind of stain the wood overall. Then I wrapped with gray leather, really thick gray leather strands right there. Did the same thing, cut it up, scuffed it up, put some stain on it to give it some darkening, and that's where we're left at. And then I took the whole thing, the whole handle, and coated it in polyurethane, satin polyurethane, just to protect it, give it a nice shine. Also, I like to, I don't know, I like to coat my handles, no matter what they're made of, in polyurethane. It's kind of just a weird thing I like to do. It gives it a little more rigidity, like it's still soft. It's very grippy, but it gives it a little more stability, I guess. So that's it. That's what I did with this axe. It was a lot of fun. It was really easy to do. The finish, the factory finish on the head and the factory finish on the handle, really easy to come off. I used some chemical stripper and then just a little bit of wire brush, elbow grease, came right off, ready to go. I think I just used sandpaper on the handle actually, because it had a really light coating of something, lacquer or polyurethane. Came off really, really easily. I kind of like the, sorry, squirrel moment, sidetrack. I kind of like the little hints of rust that I have in here. I could clean that off, but I kind of like it. You know, it's just like a little bit of orange kind of showing through that bluing right there. I think it makes it look really cool. And that's the thing, guys, like, you know, like I said, you can buy these. Oh, something just fell over. Sorry about that. You can buy these kind of faked from the factory, but nothing's going to look as good as truly bluing the steel and truly doing all this yourself. Now, there's something I do wish I would have done here. The finish on this axe head, you can see the difference between here and here. So this is a cast axe head. So you can see the casting texture here. And then they went through, for some reason, and planed this out, finished this out, sanded this part. And so you get this discrepancy. I don't really like that. So I really kind of wish I would have taken some more sandpaper and kind of unified this texture here. The other thing I don't love is these come with a set screw hole right here. Obviously not period accurate. It's kind of an eyesore. So I'm trying to think of what I can do with this. I might plug it with some wood, stain it so it kind of looks like it's used to hold the axe head on, but I don't know. The axe head's on there very well. It's very, very stable. I pounded it on more than it comes. So the actual set screw hole is down here, and I pounded the axe head on so that it's sit higher, and then I put the set screw in the new position and put in a bunch of glue, and this axe head is not going anywhere. Not that it really matters, because like I said, I'm not going to be chopping down trees, but I like things to be as robust as they possibly can. Anyways, like I was saying, so you can get it refinished, or you can get a faux finish from the factory. It's just never going to look as good as a real aged carbon steel like this would, at least in my opinion. But yeah, so that's that. Now to the point where I was going to say about the difference between this and the Dane Axe. So even though they're both cold steel, they're made by completely different companies. This is made by the American Tomahawk Company, and I don't know who makes the Dane Axe, but the finish on the Dane Axe, which is right here, is insane. It's some sort of epoxy powder coat or something. You can see here where I've tried to scrape it off. I've done multiple rounds of chemical stripper, and all it does is it softens it, makes it a little gummy, but it will not come off, and it is so thick. I swear it's got to be like 1/8 of an inch thick. You can see right there where I've hit it with things is the only part where it's come off. I cannot get this finish off to the point where I pretty much scrapped the project. And then in further looking into it, I've heard reports of people trying to sandblast it, still not getting it all off. It is crazy. So hats off to the durability of the finish, but it really makes it near impossible to customize this Dane Axe. Same thing with the handle. It's got lacquer on it, In fact, I've got it right here. It's got lacquer on it, but I swear it's like 1/4 inch thick. So I did some chemical stripper, and as you can see, it kind of gummed it up. I couldn't get it all off. I got it off on some parts. It is just a freaking pain. And like I said, I pretty much scrapped the project, and I ordered the Dane Axe. I attempted to refinish it. I had ordered this before I got the Dane Axe. So then this was on the way. So then I'm like, well, this project's screwed too, because I assumed they were made by the same manufacturer. But then I got this and I was pleasantly surprised, because this one is quite easy to deal with when you're talking refinishing. The Dane Axe, on the other hand, I mean, you can attempt if you want, but to me, it's not worth the effort. It is just the finishes on there is too intense. The only thing I would maybe recommend is actually repainting it, giving it like a faux finish by painting it. That's the only thing I could think of to make this even work. But so that's it, guys. Long-winded video showing off my battlefield pickup Cold Steel axe. All right, guys. Talk to you later.